Afternoon Talk on SAFM.
Right, so the second half of the Afternoon Talk show is where we put somebody in the spotlight, and today it's the turn of Rohan Marley, the son of Bob Marley. Lots he's got to say about himself and about his family, I'm sure of that. So don't just dial in right now. He's coming up into studio in the next few minutes, in fact. 0891 104 207, however, is the number you need to save. 34701 is the SMS number. Ashraf Garda 1 is my Twitter handle. And also you can Facebook me as well. Just by the way, I'll be in Cape Town tomorrow. And that's because I want to take in the Samsung launch, the global launch of a series of Samsung products. And there's a very good chance we'll be putting in the spotlight Mushtaq Bray, big empowerment player in the Western Cape. We'll talk about brimstone and fishing and the whole entire industry as well. All of that coming up as we put him in the spotlight as well. I'm going to run through some of the SMSs that we've had on the previous issues that we just couldn't get to. Poor people must stop having so many children, otherwise poverty will always remain, from Mike in Cape Town. Politics don't make babies. What a load of nonsense, from James. The wealth of the country does not reflect the conditions of the living of the poor. I'm a white guy who grew up very poor and often didn't have food. I chose to better myself by studying. I chose to be better and not bitter, from Querbis. Interesting one. Only one advanced language: math, science, geography, technical drawing, 100% compulsory education, customs, religion, from Trevor. And there's a couple other questions. We're encouraged to save at the banks, but the banks charges to finish what we have. Bank managers are earning surmountable incomes, from a man called Victor. Hopefully he's a victor, not a loser. Just thinking. Poverty is caused by breeding, comes from Roland. Really? And there's some other questions as well, which hopefully I can get to later on. All right, just to set the scene then, with Rohan Marley coming in. Let's play this song from his dad, legendary song, and I wonder if you can guess which one I'm going to play. Well, you guess. You'll get the answer when you hear it. Okay, so we get, well, there you are, No Woman, No Crime. Pretty easy one, don't you think? If you have to guess anything for R1,000,000 or even more, that's pretty obvious stuff. Anyway, so Rohan Marley is with me in the studio.
Yes, give thanks.
Thanks for joining us, allowing us to put you in the spotlight. So question is, how often do you get introduced by being said, he's the son of Bob Marley? Is it like the most obvious thing?
No, that's just part of your history. That's just it. That's the truth.
But did you got named after a famous cricketer?
Yeah, Rohan Kanai, and that's what I think, because my my godfather, on my mother's side, that's what they tell me, that I named you, and I named you after Rohan Kanai.
I made the point earlier, played for the old Black Transvaal team here and then went on to win the World Cup.
Yeah.
After playing in and got a 50 in the World Cup, the first ever World Cup final. So there you are.
Right.
And I was a kid and I certainly remember that. Anyway, what are you doing in this country?
Well, of course, we come to visit our home, that's first and foremost.
Mm-hmm. You sound like a politician saying that. Yeah.
Well, and then again, we came to establish the House of Marley here in South Africa. Mm-hmm. So we're launching the House of Marley, which is a range of audio electronics we're starting with, which goes from what you have there, like some headphones, some docking stations, some earbuds and thing. But the important part about it, we're using recyclable and resourceful materials and sustainable materials as well, like organic cotton.
Okay, so electronic stuff and headphones comes through, but sustainable things, and we speak often about saving the planet and using things
absolutely.
Like that.
And then the key thing to what we're doing is once we launch in the country, we like to partner up with a local charity. So some of the resources that we're gaining is going towards the country itself and help to develop the youths, So it's important to us that where we are working, we're also helping to build. It's all about building.
And why South Africa?
What do you mean why South Africa? We deal with the whole world. This is just part of the universe. So, but Africa is our home. So it's important that we're established here and we continue to build and grow because eventually, we're going to be here living. So we have to get ourselves situated.
Mm. So and as I talk to you, I look at the guys all behind me, all wearing they're rather stunning T-shirts, I can tell you now, because the colours are absolutely dazzling.
Is the logo.
No, but they're lovely. So it says it's a black T-shirt, just to tell you. We probably need to take pictures of the T-shirts and tweet and Facebook them anyway. But it's a black T-shirt with sort of neon colours, if I can get it right.
No, it's
orange
green,
to
yellow,
greens
red.
to reds and
it's the
orangey.
Fire,
Is that the fire, from the grass to the fire?
You dig it.
Okay. Marley.
Right.
How, talk to me about your life. With a name like Marley's, is that a calling card to going anywhere in the world?
No, not really a calling card, but it's more of like, you have a responsibility to not just yourself, but to your brothers and your sisters, and your extended brothers and sisters. So it's more of a like a realization of life and how important it is that, you can't just live. You have to have purpose and, you have to know why you're living and find yourself within yourself, So that's Marley really, and that's what's important. And myself growing up as a youth, of course, we didn't know all these things growing up. It's over time and seeking within yourself and listening to your father, you listen to your big brothers, you listen to your sisters, and you learn. Because they have been living long before I, so they can teach I, so I would like to learn,
Okay, so if you want to chat to Rohan Marley. Now did I say that? Yeah, Rohan Marley, indeed, because I've got the word Russian there, so there you are, Rohan Marley.
Rohan Marley.
Named after Rohan Kanai. But certainly the son of Bob Marley, you certainly can say hi to him. 0891 104 207. As per usual, we'll take a couple of calls as we put him in the spotlight. You can also SMS me to 34701. Comment on Facebook, just like my page, or even tweet to me directly to Ashraf Guard 1. So there are lots of ways to connect, right? So in terms of your own career,
yes.
I'm probably going to talk about cricket for the last time, because you did say, I don't know much about cricket. You've done lots of other things, including playing football, right?
When I was a young boy, I played cricket up until the age of 12, until I moved to America. So I understand the game of cricket, but it's not something where they often show on the television there. And I'm so busy within my own life and doing my own thing that I really don't have time to really focus.
Understandably. So tell me about your own life. How many things?
Well, my life is,
what do you do?
Is based on the House of Marley. So it's about developing what we have started for however long now.
It's got such a royal name to the House of Marley. The House of Grimaldi is the other one from Monaco,
Seen. Well, we represent a movement, and So if it's royal, it's royal. So we don't say it's royal, but we know it's a movement dealing with the earth, you know, dealing with sustainability, giving back to people in need. So that's really the House of Marley. So that's kind of my mission, really, is to go around and to launch the House of Marley and tell people about that, our existence, and how much that we're involved in what we're doing on a day-to-day. And we just want to kind of establish ourselves now, you know, in that way. Because in many years, people have been utilizing, you know, our father's likeness and image in I wouldn't say the wrong way, but just not something we approve of.
So, I mean, because, you know, we have the same issue here with former President Nelson Mandela, in terms of that his name clearly is a name that can and will open up doors all around the world. And, of course, people then latching onto his name and hopefully profiting from it. So you're saying that for a long period, the name Bob Marley, which, you know, it's probably got a place in the heart of just about every one of us. I mean, no question about it, right? But you're saying what? That in terms of the
House of Marley,
clever exploitation, it's not being left to the family.
Right, but within the House of Marley, we don't really use our father's name as Bob Marley. Our father's name is precious to us, you know, Bob Marley. So, but it's our father's teaching, his ideals and his principle that we have really gained this House of Marley, and we label our product Marley as because it's a family movement, you know. So yes, we're the children of Bob Marley, and that is, which is wonderful and great. And but besides that, we have also had to take the message and the ideals and these principles that you have learned throughout your life and apply them. You know, you can't just sit around and be the sun all day long. And no, we have to be active. You know what I mean? So this is what active is, and we're not really here saying by Bob Marley. That's not what we're about. It's about the movement of the House of Marley, and we, like you see on our product here, it says Marley, you know what I mean? And you don't see my father's image on this thing. But as
so it's bigger than just him.
No, it's never bigger than.
It's not bigger than him.
No, but it's an extension of him, you know. And he's our founder. He's our chairman. So, but if you look at our package, you'll see the chairman and his words that belongs to the company. So he's our chairman.
Let's get some calls. 0891 104207. You need to get your headphones on, not your. These are the SAFM headphones, not your own headphones, which are very colourful, I may add. Safiso in Norwood, let's get to you first. Hi, Safiso. Hi.
Hello.
Yes, Safiso, hi.
Yes, hi. Good afternoon to you, Ashraf, and to your guest. Mine is just more a comment more than anything else. I'd really like the son of Bob Marley to actually help try and actually promote reggae in this country, because there's a silence ban on reggae in most SABC radio stations, and then the genre of music is not really played anywhere. So I wonder, except for like Radio 2000 on a Saturday for about 3 hours. So I'm just urging him and appealing to him in their foundation that they must try and please promote reggae music.
Once we are here, brother, once we are here, it's reggae. So you know, we're the embodiment of that music. So we're here. So you have to give homage to that. You have to play the music of our
country. In this country,
that's why we're launching now. It's okay. We're over is what you're saying. That's why we're here launching. We're launching the House of Marley, which is also the house of reggae music. So like it or not, we're here.
Okay, thanks for that. Thanks for that call. That's from Sifiso in Norwood in Johannesburg. From Joburg, we go to Cape Town, 0891 104207. Rohan Marley with me, son of Bob Marley. Yeah. Now, not sure who's in charge of the House of Marley, who's the man really in charge, but you can tell us. Andrew in Cape Town, hi.
Hi, Ashraf. Hi, yes. Rohan. I think it's important, you know, in light of what you were speaking about on your show earlier, Ashraf, poverty. I mean, in this country, we need all the help we can get to get people out of poverty. And one of Marley's messages was, in fact, exactly that, you know, stand up for yourself. Yeah. And we need to do that before we can become entrepreneurs. And I think this kind of message needs to come out in this country.
Absolutely.
More. So I welcome them here. I wish them.
What are your thoughts about the Marley legacy, Andrew?
Well, I think just like every icon, Mandela, Che Guevara, they've all been exploited to some degree or another. But what often happens is the real message gets lost. And you know, his real message was very vitally important to the West Indies at the time and to the rest of the world. And that's what should be remembered.
Absolutely.
Okay, thanks.
Ryan, I can tell you, we're behind you, bro. We're behind you. I even named my son after your dad. So
that's the there you are.
We're behind you all the way.
I hope you got it. Thanks so much. Thanks, Andrew. You heard that. He said he named his son after your dad.
Blessed love.
So there's a whole serious legacy.
Yeah, man, but he's right. It's time that people awaken, oneself. He's right. You can't just do things just for doing things' sake, And just like we say, we like to partner up with the local charities here where we're contributing to South Africa. You don't just come here and reap and then take away like they've been doing for many years, raping the country. But we're here to help to build infrastructure. So that's why but first, you have to establish yourself. You can't just...
Let's talk about, the point the earlier guy made about reggae music. I think all of us who are now older, when we sort of in that the last 10 or 15 years of apartheid, we were schooled on songs that effectively were banned to a large degree. Talk about Africa Unite, Get Up, Stand Up for Your Rights. That sort of thing. So that's where we were. But do you find that type of music now is less popular or more popular? And probably more important, is there a need for that? Because the messages, effectively, were very, very... The lyrics were very clear. The instructions and causing and asking people to rise against injustice are pretty universal.
I would say that the message grows, and it's just now time that people are needing the message more than ever before, because if you check leaders today, the leaders aren't focusing on unity. They're not focusing on the true development of the lesser class people. It's more about who's in and who's out. So of course the message will always be relevant, and today it's even more relevant. And we're going to see that. You're going to see that every day of your life.
How and the relevance here?
Because
is it part of what you're going to talk about now?
Until the philosophy which holds one race superior and another inferior, until the color of a man's skin is of no more significance than the color of his eyes. Until those days are accomplished. Then
I feel like listening to one of those great Bob Marley songs. Maybe we can get that one. We need to play.
You need this. It's your food, and this is a way of life, and it's a teaching, and it's a teaching about unity. It's a teaching about togetherness. So it's got to be relevant. It has to be relevant.
Panda, I'll come to you in just a second. Talk me about your early days, Rohan. Sort of growing up. When did you realize, and probably no time to be modest about this now, you had to realize at some stage the power of Marley, whatever that was. How young were you? What happened?
The truth is this. Since I've known myself, I've known myself as Rohan Marley. So that question is like I don't know. It's not really when you realize the power. It's really when you realize that you need to do something. It's the time when you realize, when yourself becomes awakened, because you have been hearing this message your entire life. So when are you going to contribute now? What are you going to do with yourself? How are you going to give back to society? How can you help humanity? How can you continue your father's message about peace and love and bringing people together in one harmony? How can you do that? And what are you going to do? Well, my thing was... I started a farm in Jamaica, and my first step was to employ the people of the community and create a sustainable lifestyle and a sustainable movement. And that kind of gave me my first understanding about how it is to have something sustainable. And the only way you can do that, you have to do it the organic way. Because if you utilize things that's going to damage the earth or damage the environment, that's short term.
So you're certainly very sold on the organic stuff.
No, I'm not sold on it.
There are many others who believe
I'm not sold on it. It is. It's not about being sold on anything.
There are many others who believe it's a great sell. When you play on the idea of being environmentally
Rastafari, we have been idle. It's not about we don't play on anything. It's just how we are. And if we're going to do something, it must be as we are. You know what I mean? We're not brand slappers where we take a product and put on it. No, we start from the creation, and it must embodies the people that present it. It's not something where no one can give us anything and we say, yeah, this is us. No. We created from scratch, and it has to be our way. So it's not really a play. This is how we eat, this is how we live, and this is how we talk.
Okay, and there you are. He's singing with lots of passion, I can tell you now.
Well, you're starting me
up,
man.
You could sort of take a peek into the studio. Panda in Cape Town. Hi.
Hi, Ashraf.
Yes, how's it, man?
Fine, man. Thank you, man, for getting me through. Just one compliment first. I love Rastafarianism. I love the music, the musical part. First of the song that you opened with, I really enjoyed it. But that's two questions, man, from the son of Bob Marley.
Yes.
I just want to put him on the spotlight.
He's listening. He's listening. Yeah.
Okay. Number one, what is the position of the Rastafarianism versus Jesus Christ?
Yeah, well, Rastafari, we don't have an ism. It's Rastafari, and Rastafari, Ras means head, Tafari means the creator. I teaching come from the Old Testament, you know. So anything you want to learn about Rastafari, you have to read through the Old Testament, and it's just the lineage of from King David through King Solomon to Haile Selassie the first. So that is true Rastafari right there.
Okay.
So that's it. It's
One
simple.
follow-up question. And then on the New Testament?
Yes, the New Testament is the man, the man that should manifest the Old Testament, right? The New Testament is about the man's way of life, and his way of life comes from the Old Testament. So the only thing that the difference between the New Testament and the Old Testament, the New Testament is the manifestation of the Old Testament.
Okay.
And that's why I and I as Rastafari people, we realize the Star of David and the cross. You know, because the cross represents the man and the star represents our tradition. But the man must live that tradition from day one. You understand?
Okay, thank you. God bless you. Bye.
Okay, thank you. That's a lovely call from Cape Town. I'll run through some of the SMSs too. I just want to go back to the earlier point because you sort of half answered it, right?
Yes.
I'm asking you when you were a young boy.
Yeah. When did I realize the power of
Yeah,
Marley?
you must have realized.
It's not really realize the power of Marley. You know? It's more like you watch your father every day and you see how he functions, you see how he deals with people. It's really realizing what it is to be kind, what it is to be loving. It's not about power, because I don't even know what power is, you know. If I had the power, I would bring world peace, you know what I mean? So that is the realization of, that is power, you know what I mean? Until we have that, then you know, I still don't realize it.
Okay, well, world peace is coming. Someone's saying,
yes,
hi, the
please.
son of the legend, keep the house warm and safe.
Yeah, like the house
From
of Marley, we stay steady.
Would like him to reflect on his experiences traveling on bikes with his brothers in South Africa.
That was wonderful.
During the World Cup, you were here, right?
That was so beautiful, you know, because we didn't take the main highway. We took the back road and we rode down the mountainside and we slept outside in tents and, you know, we eat the food from the fireplace and, you know, so we draw wood and, you know, and we talk and we live and we saw the wilderness, we saw the houses, we saw the road, we saw everything, dirt, we saw
it all.
We saw everything.
There's a few more. Tell your guest, I say, don't walk on the grass, smoke it, from Logan. So we're getting some.
No, well, what we can do, we utilize the hemp as industrial, and we can, like we use at the House of Marley, we created, we have materials we made from hemp, and so it's not about. There's more to hemp than really burning the hemp. You have to industrialize it. So that's what we're doing. You know, we utilize hemp, cotton, and cannabis. So it's a natural fiber.
Another one from Biza Neisner saying, Neisner is Rastafarian town. Is Rohan coming just to see the other Rastafarians?
You know what? I didn't come to see any special one, you know. I came here to really establish the House of Marley and gather brothers and sisters from every region and every corner of the earth. And if there comes a time where we're all in the same place together, yes, we shall see each other. But it's not my personal duty where I'm here to visit any personal one. But I love each and every one, because I is Rastafari, and we deal with everyone.
Okay, I'm going to talk about where you can get those earphones and other things, in which stores they'll come up pretty shortly. Someone's saying, Ashraf, have some respect. He's the son of Bob Marley and the son of one of the sons of Bob Marley from Cohen in Durban. He raised an interesting question. It's almost like suggesting that you and I can't have a bit of laughter because you're the son of Bob Marley.
Yeah,
what do you think? How should you be treated?
How should I be treated?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Like, how you treat yourself. I don't know. You treat a man as you want to be treated, you know? That's how you should be treated.
But extra respect, just to pick up on that
extra respect. I mean, you can't listen. Every man has to stand on his own 2 feet, you know. So you really have to judge the man for himself. You can't really. I mean, yes, you can, because you cannot love the father and not the son, you know. But still, the son still have to reflect who he is. You can't, you know what I mean. So that is how respect come. What if I'm disrespectful? You can respect someone that's disrespectful. It don't work that way. Every man has to stand on his own 2 feet. So it's a man to a man. That's how the respect should come. And based on our conversation and what we speak about and how we speak to each other. That's respect.
Yeah, probably going to ask you just how difficult has it been being the son of Bob Marley? I mean, what does it come with? Well, I'll say it right away. I'll do that I'll give you a minute to think about it.
No, yeah, I don't have to think about that.
No, I need to think about it because it's time for the news now. It's 3:30.
Yeah, okay.
We're debating which songs to play. I wonder what's the one, besides the No Woman, No Cry that we did earlier on, what's the one Bob Marley song you'd love me to play?
Raise your collection now.
Yeah, maybe. You need to send us the whole lot here. Rohan Marley is with me, the son of Bob Marley, and his year as part of the House of Marley, sort of growing that Marley brand worldwide.
Marley movement.
The movement, okay.
Yeah.
But it's a brand as well.
I mean,
you sort of argued against it earlier on.
It's terminology, you know, because, you know, we're about staying power and those type of things, staying alive and, you know what I mean, living the now. So it's about the human being, you know what I mean? Brand is an object, you know, we don't want to really be known as an object.
Brand is going to be sold ultimately, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but you're really voting for a movement, and what you're putting your currency towards is about sustainability.
So how big is this? How big is this movement?
Charity. It's how big? Yes, this one. How big is the movement? I mean, it's as big as, I don't know.
Well, I mean, how big in numbers? How big in terms of impact?
I don't know, man. You know, I mean, I don't know. That's the wrong question to ask me. I don't know that.
But you should. You want to guide.
No, but I don't go around counting people and numbers. People aren't sheep, and who does that? You know, you can't do that. You have to just accept what it is.
What about singing? I mean, Bob Marley sang in yourself.
Do I sing?
Yeah.
No, but I love to play the drums. I love to play the guitar, and I do sing in the shower.
We have none of your songs singing in the shower yet.
I don't. No, you won't have any either.
We probably got the 3 songs. You best take your pick.
No, one of them definitely sing. I can sing these ones because I mean, Joe, you need more, man. Come on.
Which is your favorite Bob Marley song?
You know, I don't have a favorite song, but I love to listen to like Africa Unite. I love to listen to Zimbabwe. I listen to Smile Jamaica. I mean, I just listen to everything. I mean, if the people that we're with here in Joburg, the people that represent us here, our family, they have heard Marley music 24/7. Because I mean, I need it. It's my medicine. It's my food, you know.
We'll see if we got Africa Unite or Zimbabwe. Maybe we don't have any of those things.
Yeah, I promise you probably don't. Because
but it's fine listening to you.
Like the man said that call earlier, when you need more reggae here.
It's amazing how many people are very interested in Rastafarianism.
It's not an ism, you know. Rastafari
so
is not an ism.
So
Ism is a schism. We don't really deal with ism. It's Rastafari because once you add that denotation to a word, you have changed the meaning of the word. So that's not what it means. It's Rastafari, nothing to do with ism. So people should know this.
There's lots of learning that needs to take place here.
Well, it's like that. Once you don't know something, you should learn. And you have to do. And the only way you can learn, you have to do the research.
And else says peace, love, and unity.
That is Rastafari.
And that's what's the Rastafari promulgates.
Yeah, that is Rastafari.
Ask your guest if there's bad blood between Tosh and Bobby.
You know what? That's, you know, I don't get involved with my father's friends and his. I don't know. I was not there, so I can't tell you. But you know, people can always ask other people. But I wasn't there. I'm not the one to say good blood, bad blood, no blood. I was not there. I was not present for that. So I only know that they made great music together. Peter Tosh is a great musician, and that's as far as I know.
Yeah, indeed. Let's talk about the impact of the type of music that they turned out and how that music helped. And I'm trying to pick my words very carefully in case you sort of rap me on the knuckles here.
Right, exactly.
How they propagated the Rastafari culture or movement or whatever you want to call it.
Yes.
Because I'm saying to you, for many people like myself, we would know nothing about that entire movement.
Well, the birthplace
if it is not for the music.
The birthplace of Rastafari start through King David from the Old Testament. Isn't it? I mean, we're young King David from that lineage, you know. And I as Rastafari people, we recognize Haile Selassie as our leader, our teacher, our father, our Almighty, you know, in the flesh, in this dispensation. So it's like I can show you the way if you look what I'm showing you. But our next one cannot show that, you know. So that is what we really try to tell people. So, you know what I mean? It's about reality, you know, and it's about a liberty. It's not about religion. It's a liberty, a way of life, and a reality.
Okay, here's a proposal. How can I be a Rastafarian?
I don't know. You have to ask yourself.
Not me. It's an SMS. Right?
No, they would have to. They would have to ask themselves that. They would have to do their own digging and dugging and those things and find out the truth. And you know, and gradually one become that, because everyone is that from the beginning, because it's love and we're creatures of love. So if you can go within yourself and find that love that dwell in you, then you're on your way.
Okay, here's an interesting one about world politics. What's your thoughts on Obama?
You know, I'm not a politician. I don't understand politics. It's not my thing. I don't have any thoughts on anyone.
Are you disappointed that politicians run the world then?
Like I tell you, they have their work to do. We were given a mission here to do. So I'm just focusing on my little work I have to do. So it's not for me to say I'm disappointed or not disappointed. But of course, people can do more. And if you're in the position to doing more, and if that's what you're being hired for, to protect the people, you should. And if you're in a place where the people is for your best interest, you should. But other than that, I'm not here to judge any man about his way of life or what he does. All I can say is what I am doing here in South Africa, which is the House of Marley, and working with these charities here to support schooling, support music, and support the ailing people, the elderly, the sick. That's what I'm about.
What can we do to alleviate poverty? We had a whole
What can you do to alleviate poverty?
Yeah.
We have to focus. We have to focus more and think about what we're wasting and start to really, you have to be mindful of it, you know, and you have to work with people that's in that place that's their concern. That's how you alleviate poverty. You have to be mindful and you have to work towards it. If you just talk about it, then you're just blowing
All right,
hot air.
so answer this before I go back to the products that you've actually got here, right? The products that you're trying to brand and sell.
Listen, man, I'm not trying to do nothing. I'm doing it.
Yeah, I know. What are your thoughts? Jay Naidoo, who's certainly one of South Africa's finest politicians, who's now, well, not in politics anymore. You made a comment today that people are fast losing faith in democracy as a movement, to better themselves. Now, I'm talking as a worldwide thing. And don't say you're not a politician, because it's not a political question. Because if people don't follow democracy, then they have other tools, which would be mass movements like yourselves.
If it's not a democracy, we need a monarchy then.
Well, it probably requires a mass movement.
The first teaching, That's just how we know. We don't know anything about democracy or rah. We only know the teachings of His Majesty. And His Majesty has given the entire universe a constitution. Just like He formed the AO, which is now the OAU, which is now the African Unity. That organization knows the responsibility of why it's called it. Why is it that it's just the OAU and it's just a bunch of people gathered in a room? Why is it not the countries gathering? Why is it just a room full of about 300 seats or however many amount of seats is there, and then after they leave that seat, everyone goes back to their place and they have their own thing? No, man, it's supposed to be one order, just like the other countries on the Western, how they have their own states and thing. That's how you empower yourself.
Okay, let's get to business. Kingston on 4th tweeting, where can I find the coffee products provided by Rohan Marley? We would like to offer them at our restaurant.
Hi there, and thank you for inquiring about the beautiful Marley coffee. Well, we're on our way to South Africa, and you'll be able to have our coffee and drink a cup of beautiful Marley coffee soon in South Africa.
So not yet.
So it is to come. So be patient with me, my sister or my brother.
Okay, yes, Kingston on 4th in Melville. So that's the place to go for catering for reggae lovers.
Oh yes, Kingston on 4th. Yeah, I got a message about that place there. That's a beautiful place, I hear.
And it says he wants advice on sustainability.
Well, you have to research, brother. I mean, we have the internet, we have all these things, Sustainability has been working with natural fibers and natural products, doing things that you're not damaging the earth, use the recyclable materials. Use those things. Don't waste. Be waste conscious, there's all types of ways to be sustainable. Watch how you use your water. Watch how watch your energy. All these things. So, but it's all there for us to learn from. I'm not the teacher of sustainability. I'm just a part of it. So do your research.
Right, probably time for 1-2 calls max that I can take. So if you see the phone's ringing, if you want to call, do that right away. 0891 104 207. Rohan Marley with me.
Yeah, play that Bob Marley.
The son of Bob.
Yes,
I need to play a Bob Marley song.
Yes, play a Bob Marley song since
we need to find a Bob Marley song.
You have it, man.
Okay, we'll see what we can do before we close up. Let's talk about, where can these things be available then? We've got, I've got some names here which, so this is the retailers. Yes. Kalahari.com. Musica, Incredible Connection, Dion Wide, Look and Listen. This is about everybody, right? That matters. And then charities you're involved in, onelove.org?
Yeah, onelove.org is our charity. And like I tell you, what we love to do with onelove.org, like we're launching here in South Africa, we as onelove.org, we search out charities here in South Africa that's dealing directly with regenerating the youth, creating a way for the youths to better themselves, whether it's through music, just with education. So we find these charities that's doing that. They're not just speaking about it, but they're doing it. And then onelove.org then partners up with the charity. So part of the proceeds from the House of Marley goes to our charity, which is onelove.org, and then we give on to the charities that we have association with here in South Africa.
Okay, tell you what, anybody stuck with all those names, just email me. I'll pass it all on to you. But I'll certainly also tweet about it or Facebook about it later.
Yeah, man, please do.
Ashraf@safm.coza. So let's just recap before I get to Roderick from Durban. What is available? What are you marketing?
What I'm here launching, we're launching the audio electronics line from a part of the lifestyle movement of the House of Marley. And we have over-the-ear headphones, We have in-ear earbuds. We have some docking stations. We have some bags that we made from natural fibers again. So that's what we're here establishing, my brother.
Okay.
And what's important, though, one should know that it's very, very, very beautiful because, sound-wise, I mean, quality is what we drive ourselves on, quality. So our sound is superior, in quality.
Sound is superior.
It's music we deal with.
Okay, Roderick's got a good sounding name. Let's hear what he has to say. Hi.
Hi there, Ashraf. How are you, man?
Hi, Roderick. Go
My
for
name
it.
is Roderick. I just wanted to say to Rohan, I wanted to actually ask him, did he act in a movie, Shooters?
No, that's my
Wycliffe John.
Not I, my brother. I am not. I don't have that type of talent. That's my brother Kimani.
Oh.
My talent is not of that.
Yes, but I just want to wish you everything of the best, man.
Thank you, brother.
Have a good stay here in South Africa.
Yes, it's been beautiful so far. Yes, Rastafari.
Goodness, there's a mass movement that could well be escalated here on that basis, Roderick. Musa Kalenga, who I had in the spotlight the other day, saying, Ashraf, that's very cool, having you in the spotlight, because we do have Rohan Marley in the spotlight. Grandson saying, that's me with greatness right there, referring to the discussion that we're having there. What sort of impact, I mean, seriously, on a personal level, besides the movement, you, yourself, what impact do you want to make on the world? So when we talk about you
I want to be able to say to my children that look at all the hospitals that we have built. Look at all the schools that's been developed through the work that we're doing. You should continue that. And that's where I'm going to be very happy when we have really committed and have done these things where the manifestation of what we have created have really come to pass as far as developing something real, truly sustainable for people's everyday life, like the hospital. Building more schools, because we go down the street right there and there's 2,500 children in a class or in the school, and the school is only made to having 1,500. So you understand? So those things, and children must learn. We must be educated, because that's our first.
But what's the plan to grow the movement? Because what I'm saying,
that's
ultimately, in spite of what you said earlier, there's got to be a marketing plan to get people on board.
The plan is we're doing what we're doing with the House of Marley. And we will generate what we generate, and then we give on that to charity, and we start from there. You have to start from building the first block. You have to start with step one. You can't. I mean, I know you'd love for me to tell you this great big idea, but it's not that, brother. It's
pretty simple.
It's very precise.
I see you've also got the charities. So linked to One Love, and One Love is spelled with the number one. OneLove.org, by the way. So Faces of Hope, and then the. Ikenisweni secondary school as well.
Exactly.
Involved with those as well. They can benefit.
Exactly. And that's where we start.
Who's the one person who's inspired you the most?
Well, I'd have to tell you, Haile Selassie the first. My father, my brothers and sisters, human beings in general. So it's not just one person.
What's the best advice you've ever received?
The best advice my father told me, because, when I was a little boy, I was kind of troubled little boy. I used to be all over the place a little bit. But he told me this, if I give any more trouble, I'm not his son. I think that's probably some of the greatest advice I can ever hear in my life.
If you give him any more trouble, you're not his son.
If I give any more trouble, you're not my son.
That's the best advice.
That's the greatest advice.
I can imagine the whole country making notes as we talk about what's the worst advice you ever received? And we've got about 20 seconds to go.
The worst advice? My gosh. Try this, try that. I don't know.
You tried it all?
No, I haven't. I don't.
So
I don't go with worst advice.
Okay. What's your unfinished business?
My unfinished business. I told you. I've been talking to you about it. Really is to the completion of building up the proper musical school for I can't pronounce the name, but it's there and help.
Sweeney Secondary School. Yeah.
That's what we need to complete first. That's our first step, and also dealing with Faces of Hope, which is also our first step. So that's what we're on focus on right now. That's it. That's what we say we're doing. That's what we have to do first.
Well, that's thanks for allowing us to put you in the spotlight.
You have to play some Bob Marley.
And you've been in the spotlight for the last, I think, few days in South Africa. But Bob Marley has been in the spotlight for generations in this country. And
I just come to continue the movement.
That's where we can leave it. Time now for
Marley.
Radio VUCA. That will do the Marley stuff. 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 That will do the Marley.